Smoke Some Podcast. We back as the Visionary Mind.
It's your boy Raw.
And we have a great guest today. We have Katie from the GanjaGrappler. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're doing great.
Perfect, man. Another day, ending another year great, and starting another year, another journey. So we wanted you to come on the pod, and we wanted to talk to you about the great event that you do, GanjaGrappler, where you infuse Jiu Jitsu and cannabis in the same venue, and people are rolling, and yeah. So, could you give us a brief background on how'd you start that system and program and event, and we'll just go along from there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, GanjaGrappler is a cannabis-infused grappling event. I specifically practice Brazilian Jiu Jitsu since 2015. But there's a couple different martial arts that would probably grapple. So we don't just have jiu-jitsu practitioners, but we have lots of fun with it.
Okay.
It was kind of like my COVID baby. So when COVID happened and we all, everything closed down, the gyms were closed, we knew that we were gonna lose our minds if we didn't get to train. So we took our mats and we went to the park. And it was then that people really started to come out of the cannabis closet, right? Because I've always used cannabis before I trained. I think that it makes me more creative, it enhances my performance and my endurance.
Okay.
So, I started bringing edibles and sharing them, and everyone, like I said, kind of started to come out of the cannabis closet about their cannabis use and training, and so we decided to make a thing of it, and so that's kind of how GanjaGrappler was born. And we figured, we would have, winner takes the pot, right? So,
that's a good play on words. That's
winner take a pot.
It's really just grown.
Yeah, definitely. Just to kind of go back and elaborate on something you said earlier. What is your relationship or experience with cannabis?
Yeah, so I actually got my medical marijuana card in 2009. I was one of the first medical marijuana patients in Michigan. I had a lot of health issues at the time, and cannabis helped me get out of the pain clinic. I was on a morphine patch and all these dangerous opiates. So I was able to get off of all of that medical marijuana, and it really changed my life. And I became an advocate, because I was in my early 20s, and I was in a pain management clinic, and I probably really wouldn't be alive if I wouldn't have made that transition, right?
Yeah.
So I became an advocate. I started joining political action groups, and I collected signatures for 10 years to legalize cannabis.
Okay.
So there's two ways to legalize, there's two ways to make something a law, right? Either, if you get enough signatures for a cause, you can put it on the ballot for the public to vote, or just your lawmakers can pass a bill, pass a law on their own. But this was a voter initiated law that we passed, on our own, the citizens of Michigan. It wasn't done by the lawmakers. We passed that law. We decided we've had enough. We're gonna legalize, so that's what we did.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for that too.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Definitely, thank you.
What about yourself drove you to that initiative? I understand the health reasons, and but just on the selfless part of it, because you can obviously understand it from your perspective and to help your health and everything, but I can tell that you're a selfless person. So what about that helping others? What about that factor played into you being an advocate for cannabis?
Yeah, so when I first started with cannabis, I was in the medical field. I was going to school for radiology, and I would work with the veterans. I worked at the Veterans Hospital, and I just saw these people that we were just experimenting on in the medical field. And when I discovered cannabis and how it changed my life and how I started to see it help other people, it really just gave me like this burning desire to want to share that with other people. You know, in 2011, I started a radio show about medical marijuana. I was actually making RSO, and I would have like a doctor come on once a week, and I had a patient that I was treating. She had a stage 4 glioma in her brain. It was a brain tumor. And her only other option was like a surgery that she had like a 70% chance of never even waking up from.
Wow.
She had 3 small children. So we started to give her RSO, and I mean, she's still alive. You know, like we were able to reduce the tumor, we stopped the growth. You know, I haven't checked up on her in maybe a year or so, but you know, when I saw that and I saw its ability to shrink tumors and give people that have cancer quality of life and how it helped me, you know what I mean? I couldn't help but want to share that with everyone. Yeah. And even with GanjaGrappler, you know, like it's a brand, it's a community, but half of everything I produce is donated back to people in need. Everything that we process, you know, so
yeah.
But yeah, you know, I've just always been that's always been in my nature. You know, I'm also like I'm a licensed massage therapist, a certified Reiki practitioner, and I'm an herbalist.
So it's all, you know, kind of full circle.
Out in the medical field. Yeah, it has really come full circle. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah,
I don't know. I got so stoned waiting on you guys.
I do have a question. Why do you think the medical field was so far away from using cannabis when it does things like that in that nature? Why would they not want to implement it faster and take out those opioids instead?
Yeah, well, you know, we've come a long way in the past 10 years, and I think like collectively we're way more conscious to what's going on and how like big pharma is money and like that kind of runs the world, right? So there's no money in the solution. There's only money and just like treating the symptoms and to keep, you know, because every pharmaceutical causes a side effect, and it's kind of just like you're going down this deep dark hole, you know. And pharmaceuticals aren't meant in the medical community as well. Like they don't treat the root cause. It's not how it's designed. It doesn't treat the root cause of illness. It just covers things up for the most part.
Right. So I want to kind of
and natural things can't be patented, right? So like you can't patent a natural cure. So that takes the money out of it, you know. So we are just greed runs our country.
Definitely run the world.
You know, so unfortunately, that's just how it is, and we've been led to like blindly trust our doctors like they're God. You know, like I don't know about you guys. How old are you guys? I'm 37. I was raised that like my doctor is like God. Like
we both 29.
Yeah, we both 29.
Yeah, we were kind of always kind of.
What do you guys feel about that? Was that how you were raised?
No, we were always kind of raised. Like you go to the doctor, as men, you go to the doctor, you get checked up, you make sure that everything is right. But ultimately, you control what you consume. And I know for the both of us, we kind of grew up the same. We were kind of raised more on holistic and alternative medicine, where, as you know, those natural remedies, so those old traditions passed down from family traditions. So I feel like that played in a way. And by the time medical cannabis was brought to our eyes and from our perspective, we were able to appreciate it more because those holistic values and alternative health values were already instilled in us.
Yeah, I honestly I never even used cannabis recreationally, like until I got my medical marijuana card. Like that was my first time, and I was like blown away.
Is it a big difference between the medical and the recreational? I feel like it's not either.
Quality, small batch growers, right? But I mean, what's the difference? It's all in the legality, but obviously, like the recreational cannabis is going to be ran probably by bigger corporations, and we know that the bigger the grow, the quality goes down.
Yep.
Right.
They can't compete with the small batch growers. So I think that there'll always be a market for craft quality small batch cannabis. But yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of want to kind of dive into your martial arts background, because we talked about the cannabis and we talked about your journey and your activism and your being a strong advocate for cannabis, but we want to just talk briefly about your martial arts background. So how long have you been a part of martial arts? What martial arts do you practice? And we'll just go from there.
Yeah, for sure. So I started training in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu in 2015, and I've done a little bit of like CLAT, which is similar and has some weapons and stuff, but mainly I've trained in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu or American Jiu Jitsu, which is basically like a ground-based sport. You start on your feet, you take your opponent to the ground, and then you submit them with like joint locks or choke holds, things like that.
Okay. And
yeah, I love jiu-jitsu. I mean, once I started in 2015, I knew that it was going to become a part of me. I started because I wanted to learn how to defend myself. Right. And quite honestly, being in the cannabis industry, it's like a man's world, and I was dealing with like large amounts of legal weed, but I still was getting into these like literal brawls with people. I was robbed. Wow. So I was just sick of being taken advantage. I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn how to defend myself.
Definitely.
And,
that's a great way.
That's
definitely a great way.
Definitely a great way. Yeah. I can attest to my journey, because I just fully just committed myself to jiu-jitsu. I'm a white belt. I find it to be fun. I mean, when I was just doing it for sport and just going to random gyms, it was like, okay, you do it and it's like, okay, cool. But now I found the gym to where I can be able to have the great instructors like I have, who are newly minted black belts, and having a community of people who can understand my skill sets and can help me. You go to some gyms, they have gym enforcers. They want to just kind of
just beat on you and all that.
Beat on you. That's gonna happen. But at the same time, people who are going to also help you as well.
Yeah, teach you. Yeah. So I also come from wrestling though. I haven't trained in jiu-jitsu, but I come from Roman Greco wrestling. So I'm used to it. I wrestled for 3 years in high school. So I'm actually pretty good, but I want to transition over to jiu-jitsu, but brother said I'll be ducking wreck.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what was your question?
Awesome. Where are you training?
I train at right now Boombox kickboxing. I think you just had a interview or a conversation with Lamar. He's my instructor. I trained with him.
I did, Lamar.
Yeah. I just trained with him. So yeah, we definitely I just started training with those guys more recently this year. So definitely excited for next year and learn and expand my horizons. So I kind of want to go into the actual event. For the listeners that's watching and that's going to watch, can you tell them the date, the time, the setup of the GanjaGrappler event?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's going to be about 30 competitors, at least 15 super fights, ranging all the way from white belt to black belt, a mixture of gi and no gi, right? So we use cannabis and we compete. It's really fun. It's action-packed. It gets a little silly sometimes. We have a really fun time. It's going to be a catered event, so after everybody gets stoned and we fight, we're all going to eat tacos and street corn, and it'll be fun, and we're just going to have a really fun time. So it's going to stream live on YouTube.
Okay.
You can go to our YouTube. We're just GanjaGrappler on YouTube, GanjaGrappler.com. We do have limited space. I think there's a couple spectator tickets left, but they're almost sold out. But you can go to GanjaGrappler.com if you want to be a spectator at this event. Like I said, there is limited space, but we're super excited about it. So make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube so you get a notification. You can watch it live. Yeah, and we're super excited about it. I have world champions that come to do this this event. I have competitors from North Dakota, Florida, Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan on this card.
Wow, that's
so
great.
Super exciting. We have some really great competitors that travel from all around to do this, and it's just it's an honor to do it. You know, I feel like I'm living my dream, and I'm super stoked about it.
So logistically, how difficult is it to match up these different competitors in gi and no gi?
Yeah, you know, that's so there's a lot that goes into running GanjaGrappler. And a lot of people ask me like how you do it and stuff. So it kind of it does come together, but what I've learned, because this will be my 4th year doing it, is I've just really gotten good at being able to automate my website and automate my social media platforms. And in that way, you know, I've never done a paid ad. I'm proud to say I've never done a paid ad, and GanjaGrappler really has had explosive growth. It's only been a part-time hobby up until this year for me. So, but yeah, a lot of people ask that, and it's really it's a lot of like behind-the-scenes stuff, just making sure stuff flows well on your website, getting everything together. You know, utilizing services to collect everybody's information and put it in the right system so it organizes it for you, right? That's a lot of the work. So I'm just looking to automate that stuff. That's really how it's done.
What are some matchups for this particular event that you're looking forward to, or that the people should be looking forward to? Because it's a couple super fights. It's a lot of competition, various through the different belts.
Yeah, so we've got some real big boys coming from Indiana. One is 325 and one's 250.
Whoa.
So and then I have someone that I am waiting on a confirmation from that's actually flying in from, I think he lives here, but he's in Dubai right now. But he is 385. I think he's 6'7". So I'm hoping to match him up. I'm hoping that's gonna be like a really good fight. I know these are like really good competitors. They're giant guys. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, I'm also excited about the brown belt match and the purple belt match. We have a lot of blue belts. We'll probably even have like an absolute bracket for the blue belts, just to have like an absolute winners bracket. Do a little more. But I'm excited about it. Annie O'Neill, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Annie.
Yeah.
She's done Grapple in the Temple in the past. She does a lot of wrestling events. She's going to be our announcer, so it's always fun when she's on the mic. And yeah, we're going to have lots of cool people there, and we're just really excited about it.
Definitely. Well, it's a great event. We're definitely going to be there. We're definitely going to come out and support, and really just, you know, from us personally, we appreciate what you do for advocating for cannabis, but also from grappling, because we both come from grappling backgrounds. So your advocacy for both and blending the two together is perfect, and we appreciate you for coming on our platform and, you know, giving us your time.
It was a pleasure to have you, most definitely.
Well, I appreciate you guys asking me to come on and share your platform with me to help, you know, spread the word about GanjaGrappler.
I have one request, though. One request. Yeah. Put him on a card so you can get beat up so I can watch it.
Look, hey, if you want to compete, man, I could probably beat you on there. What's your weight?
How many? I'm too big right now.
Ricky, like I ain't compete.
How many events are you doing next year for 2024?
So 2024, I plan to do 10 events. We're getting called out to California. We're going to be in Ohio, and we're going to travel around Michigan. So there will be plenty of events in 2024. Absolutely. Definitely.
Any shout outs that you want to give before we wrap up and let you go about your day and get ready for GanjaGrappler?
Shout out to we'll give a shout out to you guys first of all, and to everybody that's helped out with GanjaGrappler. Black Mountain Defense, that is where the event's going to take place. Make sure to give a shout out to them. And you know, if anybody, like I said, a lot of people ask me how I did it. And, you know, if you are an entrepreneur and you're looking to build a business online, I do have a great system. It's called the Gameplan, and you can get that at claimprosperity.com, and you can learn how to build an online business and use AI to automate it to make money in your sleep.
Oh, most definitely. This
Well,
sounds like
definitely,
something we need to tap
we need to
into.
do that. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, check it out, claimprosperity.com. Yep. So you also can get free access to my ebook. It's called The Magic of Mindset, and it's a 30-day challenge to shift your mindset for success. So definitely check it out.
Most definitely will. I'm definitely tapping into that.
Yeah, we definitely get into that. But it was great having you. You are a great advocate for cannabis. You're a great advocate for grappling. You're a great advocate for business, and we love and appreciate you coming on our platform. And we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you so much for having me, and I will see you guys next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
All right. See you later.
All right. Smoke Some Podcast. We're going to take a brief intermission,
All right.
and we'll be right
Saturday
back.
at GanjaGrappler.
Okay.
See you soon.
Right, bye-bye.